Welcome back to Partners. We are super excited that Hank has finally come back for his follow-up. It has been a few weeks since we've seen him. I haven't heard anything, so I assumed everything was going well at home. So let's get in there. Let's see how he's doing with everything at home. Super excited to see Hank and his parents again. Okay, so I feel like the majority of puppies that I work with in camp, a lot of them, their biggest thing is always place duration, and I've seen that a lot with puppies. For some reason, puppies definitely struggle with duration. They just can't seem to hold still. It's like they have to be up and doing something, and I get it. You know, puppies have a lot of energy and are just like, oh my God, I can't do it. I can't just lay here and do nothing. But he needs to learn a little bit of accountability. So just being on top of him when he is on place, each time he gets up, you want to be on top of that, put him back on place, and just being more consistent, holding him more accountable, which I get it, he's young and he's just like, I don't want to be here. But then again, this is something that's gonna kind of help him in the future. Hi, good boy. Hi, come here. Good boy. That's good, that's perfect, good boy. Very good. I'm going to drop the leash for now. So what you can do is work him with the leash, but I want you to drop the leash each time you put him in place and then walk away. Okay. So the next step, what I'm gonna do, which is probably in the next few, maybe couple of minutes, I'm going to take the leash off, but I'm gonna leave the training collar on. So you wanna take this really slow. You can get to a point where you can start taking equipment off and seeing what he does, but you wanna take it very slow. Good boy. But all you have to do really, because he's doing a good job already, I'm walking up to him every now and then and giving him treats just for holding place. Okay. So each time he gets up, you know, what do?
I have to tell him no and put him back on
Yep,
place.
Perfect. So you're just gonna reset him.
And do I treat him when I put him back on place? I give him a treat? No treat.
No, so what you can do with that, because if you have to put him back, you don't want to reward him after having to correct him. Okay. You give him a treat after waiting a little bit. So for example, if you have to reset him, put him back on place, maybe wait like 10 or 15 seconds, then give him the treat. If he's really having a hard time with duration, that would be a good time to give him some food. But if he's doing really good at duration, then wait off a little bit longer, maybe a minute, and then give him a treat. Because you want to reward him for the duration, not going to the bed and laying down. Because he already has that part down. If it's just a duration that he's struggling with, you want to make sure that you're rewarding specifically for the duration. That's probably the biggest thing. Okay. Good boy. Got it. I'm just gonna hook you up to your flat collar for right now. If I can find the D-ring, where is it? Okay, there we go. Hank, free! So I'm gonna free him from the bed. I'm gonna let him sniff around for a little bit. So recalls, most of the time they fail because the dog is out doing something else, or they're just completely blowing you off or just don't really care. Especially if the dog is outside, there's a lot more interesting things that are going on that could be the reason why he's not listening. And he's also a really young puppy, so obviously everything else that is going on outside is gonna be more interesting than a recall. So you wanna make recalls fun, obviously. You always wanna make them positive. Always end it with some type of reward, such as a treat. But if he's not responding to the recall, long leash really comes in handy for this. That way you're working with some distance and not just a 6-foot or 4-foot leash or whatever leash you use for him at home. So if I call Hank, Hank, come. Yes, good boy, good job. He's gonna get a big reward for that. But in the case that he doesn't listen to that recall, I'm going to tell him no and correct him from a distance with the long leash. So there's actually a couple ways that you can do this. This is the way that I prefer. If he's not responding to that recall, keep telling him no with that correction on the leash. He's still not responding, start reeling in that leash a little bit until he comes to you and sits in front of you. Super encouraging recalls are good too, but I don't want you to tell him, come, 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 come. So I think using that no and a leash correction is gonna be your best thing, or just reeling in the leash a little bit. Oh, hi.
Hank, come, come.
So nope, Hank, come. So reel him in a little bit. No. So start reeling in that leash. Good, 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 good.
Good. Sit.
Sit.
Good job, buddy. Good job.
So as you can see, when you started reeling in that leash, you didn't have to reel him in all the way. He started to get the idea once he felt that pressure on the leash, oh, I need to go to mom. So you want to be super consistent with that. So doing a lot of that, you know, make sure you're telling him no, come, and then reel in that leash a little bit. So I definitely want you to go with that rather than the pops, because I think that's going to be most effective for him.
Okay.
Hanky. Hi, buddy. Hi. No, hello. Hi, no, off. Good boy.
Come.
There we go. Good.
Sit. Hanky, sit. Good job.
Very nice.
He
Good.
sits right down for you, though.
That's beautiful. Always,
Good job.
always reward for recalls. That's gonna be the biggest thing.
Good
If you're
job, buddy.
calling him for anything at all, have some treats in your pockets.
Okay.
I know it's like, sometimes it's annoying for me, but I typically always have my treat bag on even when I'm in the house, because if my dog does something good, I want to have something to reward her with. Just some type of, positive reinforcement will be really good, whether it's verbal, whether it's physical, you're petting
Good job,
him.
buddy.
But if he
Good
really
job.
likes food, that's gonna
Good job,
work as a
buddy.
higher
Good
value reward,
Yep.
and so that's gonna make the command a little bit more important to him. So he's gonna learn like, oh, if I listen to this command, I'm gonna get something super, super good.
Hanky, sit. Down. Sit down. Good job.
He's looking really good though.
Good job, buddy.
I want him to fall in love with the command. This will be really good for him.
Me too. Can you leave it?
I'm
Leave
very
it.
impressed
Good
with
job,
him. He's very
buddy.
good.
Good job.
I can tell you guys have been
Way
practicing
to
a lot.
go. Way to go, Hank. I feel like we've not been practicing enough.
Yeah, he looks fantastic.
Yeah?
Especially
Good.
for a puppy. Yeah.
Awesome.
We had just finished up with Hank's follow-up. It was really good to see him. We were super excited to see each other. He did super good during his follow-up, and Melissa especially did really good working with him. A few things are kind of struggling on what we worked on during the follow-up today, one of them being recalls. He did super, super amazing with working with the long line. Another thing we worked on was just duration on place, so showing Melissa how to help Hank, hold that duration on place with and without equipment. And the next thing that we worked on was just on-leash reactivity. We had Nicole, our daycare and boarding manager, come in here with a dog, and we had her walk the dog around. He did super good with that. Didn't react, didn't bark or anything. Just did super, super awesome today. I'm super proud of Hank, and the training journey has been a super, super awesome success.